Hi guys, welcome to 9stacks, India's safest platform to play real money online poker. Looking to refresh your poker basics? Want to learn all about poker but can't seem to get past the confusing terms? Don't worry. 9stacks is going to help you fall in love with the fascinating game of Texas Holdem Poker. The sole objective of the game is to win the amount in the pot, which includes all the bets made by you and the other players on the table. You do that by making the best set of any 5 cards from the 2 whole cards dealt to you and the 5 community cards dealt for all the players at the table. Let's get to the basics. What is poker? Poker is a very popular card game played usually with up to 9 participants with a standard deck of 52 playing cards, no jokers. Texas Holdem Poker is the most popular variant of poker globally and the one we will focus on here. At the beginning of every hand, each player is dealt 2 cards that only they can see. These are known as whole cards. The very first round of betting begins after the whole cards have been dealt. After the betting is complete, up to 5 community cards are dealt face up on the middle of the table. The community cards can be used by any player in combination with their whole cards to make the best hand to win the game. The first set of 3 community cards dealt after the first round of betting made earlier on the basis of your whole cards is called flop. The 4th card revealed after the betting made post-flop is called the turn. Everyone bets and then the 5th and final community card is revealed. This is called the river. This is when the moment of truth happens and the player with the best hand wins. Let's first try and understand what a good or winning hand is. What makes a good hand? Poker has a specific hand hierarchy that you need to adhere to create a hand that will win the game. Take a look at the hand hierarchies listed for you on the right. For example, if your whole cards comprise of a king of diamonds and queen of diamonds. As you can see, first on the hand hierarchy is a high card. If no player on the table has a higher ranked combination of cards, then the player with the highest card wins. In this scenario, it is king high. Next is the pair, which is when you have 2 cards of the same value. Here is a pair of queens. Then there are 2 pairs. It is exactly how it sounds like. This time, you have 2 kings and 2 queens and any 5th card, making it a 2-pair hand. After that, there is 3 of a kind, also known as trips. Here we have 3 kings. A straight is a hand where you have 5 cards in a sequence. Here we are using the ace card to make it 10 to ace straight. But an ace can also be used in making an ace to 5 straight. Better than straight is the flush. 5 cards of the same suit. In this example, they are all diamonds. Then there is the full house. This is when you have 3 of a kind and 1 pair. After that, it is quads. 4 cards with matching value. Next up is the straight flush. This one is quite rare. It is made by 5 cards in a sequence, all belonging to the same suit. The best possible hand is the royal flush, which is a straight flush running from 10 to A. That hand is literally unbeatable. Now let's take a look at how it works on the table. The button, the white disc, determines the dealer amongst the players on the table. To keep things fair, the dealer button is rotated after each hand, so everyone gets a chance to deal. The player with the dealer button player has the advantage to act last in that particular hand after observing the moves of all the other players before him. In Texas Holdem, the game is always played in a clockwise fashion around the table, starting from the left of the dealer, before any cards are dealt to the players around the table. The 2 players sitting to the left of the dealer post 2 bets, called the small blind and the big blind. These are forced bets to get the action started and to ensure that there is always a minimum amount on the table to play for. On our table right here, the small blind posts rupees 50 while the big blind doubles it and posts a bet of rupees 100. Now let's begin. In this hand, we find ourselves with the dealer button. The small and the big blinds in seat 1 and seat 2 to our left have posted their bets. After the cards are dealt, we see that we have an ace-queen suited. We are now about to play one of the first 4 betting rounds. It is seat 3's chance to act. In order for the hand to progress to a later betting round, all players must put an equal amount of money into the pot. Therefore, to stay in the hand, seat 3 has to put at least rupees 100 according to seat 2's big blind bet. Let's see what he is going to do. But hey, looks like he has folded. This is an option that every player has at any time in a hand. If he doesn't want to put in money to match the last bet, he can choose to fold. The action moves on. Seat 4 has decided to increase the stakes by raising to rupees 300. Seat 5 has folded. The action is now on us. Our action button suggests either an option to fold and get out of this hand, or call the rupees 300. Or if we really feel good about the situation, raise and increase the stakes even further. In No Limit Holdem Poker, there is no limit to the amount you can raise. As long as you have enough chips at the table, it's perfectly fine. But here we are just going to call. Seats 1 and 2 also choose to call. So each player still playing in this hand has contributed rupees 300 to the pot. This closes the first round of betting, which was based only on the potential of the whole cards dealt to each player. 4 players are still in the game. Now the first 3 community cards are dealt face up on the table. This is known as the flop. This flop is pretty good for us as we have 2 hearts in our hand and 2 more on the table. If another heart is dealt, we will make a nut flush, but more importantly, we have the ace of hearts in our hand. The first player to act is seat 1. Since no one has invested any money into the pot during this round, she has the option to check, that is, stay in the game without putting in money, or to bet and make the other players put in money to stay in the hand. She has decided to check. Seat 2 also checks. Seat 4 has made a bet of rupees 800. Now the action is on us. We decide to call. Seat 1 folded and Seat 2 matched the bet for rupees 800. It is time for the third betting round. The next community card dealt is known as the turn. It is a tricky card. Here it is the king of clubs. This does not help us with our flush, but now if a jack is dealt on the board, we will make a straight. This time both seats 2 and 4 have checked. Now our options to remain in the game are either to check or to bet. Both are valid options at this point. But let us take a free check and head on to our fourth and final betting round. It is now time for the final community card, also called the river. It is a 5 of hearts. Fantastic! Remember the cards we have with us? This is perfect because we have the best hand that can be made out of these community cards, the nut flush. Seat 2 posts a huge bet, which again is perfect for us. Seat 2 thinks that he either has a good hand or he is just bluffing to make everyone else fold. Remember the objective of poker? Get everyone else to fold. Seat 4 has decided to fold because she realizes that her hand is not strong enough for this move. Yes, this is our turn. We know that we have the best possible hand, so let's just go all in with our chips and try to get the maximum possible value. Seat 2 calls us and we show our hands. He has a straight 9 to king, which is not bad, but not good enough to beat our nut flush. That is the best possible flush, headed by our ace. We win all the chips in the pot and this hand is over. We have won. Wasn't that a thriller? Poker is a very thrilling game. You never know what comes your way. All you have to do is keep calm and play the cards you've been dealt. Now that you have stacked up your skills, hit the 9stacks tables at www.9stacks.com today. See you!